good connection today. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nila Widiani, number 21 from 3F MBP, Tourism Business Management Program of Bali State Polytechnic. In this occasion, I will talk about fruit, vegetable, and meat. We're all familiar with this food, right? But do you really know what it is? How often do you eat this? What's your favorite? These are just a few questions we'll be exploring today. Join me on a journey to understand the world of fruit, meat, and vegetable, and discover why it's such a versatile and delicious ingredient. One type of food that nearly everyone eats every day is the food group called vegetable. Green vegetable or greens include leaf vegetable is like spinach and cabbage, as well as certain legumes like peas and string beans. Many vegetables have seeds inside, and the best known of these include pumpkin, squash, eggplant, and the many kind of pepper like the green pepper, chili pepper, and the bell pepper or capsicum. Salad vegetables such as lettuce and cucumber are eaten raw, while other vegetables, including cauliflower, mushroom, and steamed vegetables like asparagus and celery, can be eaten either raw or cooked. Another important type of food is fruit. Fruits contain seeds or a stone, and they can be eaten raw after becoming ripe. Some of the most popular and delicious fruits are tropical fruits like pineapple, bananas, mangoes, papayas, and mangosteens. There are also many delicious subtropical fruits that grow in slightly cooler climate like the Middle East, like olive, figs, dates, and grapes, have been eaten for thousands of years in the Middle East, either as fresh fruit or dried fruits like the various kind of dried grape we now call raisins, sultanas, and carrots. Citrus fruit like orange, lemon, lime, and grapefruit are also subtropical fruits, famous for their high levels of vitamin C. Fruits that can grow in even colder climates are called temperature fruits. They include apples and pears, as well as stone fruit like apricots, plums, peaches, cherries, and avocados. Berries are also temperate fruits, but they have many tiny seeds rather than one big seed like stone fruit. They are round and juicy, and the most popular include strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, and kiwi fruit. There is another way popular berries similar in size to the kiwi fruit. The most people think is a vegetable rather than a fruit. It's red, juicy, and is used to make a sauce called ketchup. First meat is beef. The culinary treasure derived from cattle has been a staple in human diet for millennia. Its rich flavor, versatility, and nutritional value have made it a beloved ingredient across cultures. In this presentation, we will delve into the world of beef, exploring its various cuts, characteristics, and culinary application. In a modern supermarket, we see the same meats, although the cuts may have changed. Today's cuts of beef include topside, spare ribs, and steaks like fillet and T-bone steak, as well as various cuts of veal. The cuts of beef we enjoy on our plates originate from different parts of the cow's body. Each cut has unique characteristics in terms of texture, flavor, and tenderness, which influence how it is best prepared. Second is lamb. Lamb is the meat from a younger sheep, typically less than 1 year old. It's prized for its tender texture and delicate flavor. Some popular cuts of lamb include the leg of lamb, lamb chops, shoulder of lamb, and loin chops. Another type is mutton. Mutton is the meat from an older sheep. It has a stronger flavor and is often taller than lamb. While less popular in many Western cuisines, mutton is highly valued in certain cultures. Third is pork. Pork is another popular meat derived from pigs. It offers a wide range of flavor and textures, making it a versatile ingredient in countless dishes. Let's explore some of the most common cuts of pork and their culinary application. Fresh pork cuts like pork chops, pork spare ribs, and leg of pork and cured pork products like bacon and ham. Meats of all kinds are designed for making dishes like stew or mince to make sausage, meat pies, and hamburger patties. Rabbit and goat meat is also eaten in many places, as are various kinds of offal like liver, kidney, heart, tripe, and brains. Offal and meats like ox tongue, sheep head, and pig's feet are trotters, are often eaten by people who can't afford more expensive meats, or in a place where every edible part of a slaughtered animal is cooked and eaten. In ancient times, people also hunt game like wild boar, deer, quail, and pheasant. And all these meats are also eaten today, especially in expensive restaurants. Next, I will explain you about poultry. Poultry, a term encompassing birds raised for meat or egg, has been a staple in human diets for countries. The most common types of poultry include chicken, ducks, geese, and turkeys. Whole bird can be cooked in various ways such as boiling or roasting. Roasting a whole chicken or turkey is a classic holiday tradition. However, for more convenience or specific preferences, poultry can also be purchased in pre-cut pieces. For example, fried chicken often include pieces like breast, wings, and drumsticks. Next is about eggs. Practically, chicken eggs are another valuable poultry products. They are a rich source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. Eggs can be cooked in numerous ways, including scrambled, fried, boiled, poached, or using in omelets and quiches. Now, I'll talk about ethical consideration. Free range versus factory farming. The way poultry is raised can be significantly impact its quality and nutritional value. Factory farming, where birds are confined to small cage and have limited access to the outdoors, has raised concern about animal welfare and environmental impact. Many consumers prefer to choose free-range poultry and eggs, which come from birds raised in more humane conditions. Free-range birds have access to outdoor space, allowing them to roam and forage freely. This can result in a higher quality of meat and eggs with a more robust flavor. In conclusion, meat and poultry form the foundation of many culinary traditions around the world. Understanding the different cuts, cooking technique, and nutritional value of this food can help you make informed choices and create delicious meals. I think that's all that I can say to you. I hope it brings many benefits and thank you for your attention. Goodbye!